Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Hello and welcome to CNN News 18. I'm Kohina Sharma and I'll take you through all the latest news and updates from in and around the world. But first up, on top of this bulletin, we're tracking some big announcements coming in from West Bengal, where TMC has announced its list of candidates for the Lok Sabha polls. Ex-cricketers Yusuf Pathan and Kirti Azad will fight from Behrampore and Durgapur seats respectively. Mahua Moitra gets a ticket from Krishnanagar. Meanwhile, sitting Basirhat MP Nusrat Jahan has now been dropped from TMC's Lok Sabha squad. So these are the latest inputs that we are getting in. And this is a major development that TMC has now announced the list of candidates for the 42 seats from West Bengal who will be fighting on the Lok Sabha seats. So according to these latest inputs and the announcements, TMC has announced its list of candidates for Lok Sabha polls, and ex-cricketers, surprisingly, name of Yusuf Pathan and Kirti Azad, are coming forward in this entire list. Now, Kirti Azad and Yusuf Pathan will be fighting from Durgapur and Behrampore seats respectively. Mahua Moitra gets a ticket from Krishnanagar. Meanwhile, sitting Basirhat MP Nusrat Jahan has now been dropped from TMC's Lok Sabha squad. Now, joining us on the broadcast is Pallavi Ghosh. A very good afternoon, Pallavi. And this is a major development after TMC's released the list of 42 candidates. First thing first, help us understand, a party deciding to contest the upcoming elections alone in the state, does this imply that TMC is breaking away from the I.N.D.I.A alliance and Congress?
Well, that was almost a foregone conclusion, Kohina, but I think with the announcement of all the 42 seats, and especially Behrampore, is very interesting because it's very clear she is not in a mood for any soft fight or giving that edge to Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary. Very acrimonious, putting up a strong candidate over there. The message from the Trinmool Congress to all the India front is that we are completely out of the front. That, I would say, on a day like today is a huge, huge blow, not just to the Congress party, but into the entire attempt to form an India front, Kohina. This is at a time when you're seeing the BJP coming up with newer allies. Over here, one big ally leaves. While there were telltale signs, she was very open about the fact, but there was hope against hope within the Congress party. Just maybe she's going to have friendly fights and leave one or two seats really for the Congress party to contest from the state.
Right, Pallavi, just now you were talking about Behrampore, where Yusuf Pathan's entry into politics is also grabbing a lot of attention. How is the local electorate actually reacting to his candidacy, and especially in Behrampore, where he's facing competition from Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, which makes it even difficult for Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary in the run-up for the Lok Sabha elections?
Well, Behrampore has over 50% of the minority population, and that has always been the strong point of Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, who has been the member of parliament from that constituency more than 4 times over. He's actually called the Robin Hood. He's actually called the Lord of Behrampore, and it's always been a kind of an easy fight for him. The more he speaks against Mamata Banerjee, the stronger his position gets, which perhaps explains that why he perhaps was the only leader from the Congress party who was taking her on as far as the Sandesh issue is concerned. Right. But now what has Mamata done is that she puts up a cricketer, strong anti-incumbency against Adhir, and also tapping the minority vote bank. Certainly makes things difficult for him.
Right. Also help us understand, TMC's Lok Sabha list has big names in the entire list. Now, how is this political landscape shaping up in that constituency, especially in West Bengal overall, with these names, big names coming up?
Well, I mean, she's repeated most of the candidates. Quite a large number of candidates have been repeated. But I think Nusrat Jahan being dropped from Basirhat, that is where Sandesh comes in from, is extremely significant. Nusrat Jahan has often been accused by the BJP of not actually visiting Sandesh, only just tweeting or issuing statements. I think there's a very strong message which Mamata Banerjee also wants to give, that she's shifting the responsibility to Nusrat Jahan, who should also take accountability for what really happened there, for not being hands-on on the situation. And also, she also wants to ensure that perhaps Nusrat Jahan doesn't face that anger. And, you know, clearly the woman card is being played very, very strongly by the Trinmool Congress. Sandesh Khali, whether it was Pawan Singh's candidature of the BJP from Asansol. These are very important optics and messages being sent out by the TMC today.
Right. Also help us understand, Pallavi, Abhishek Banerjee getting Diamond Harbour. What message or strategy TMC is looking forward to imply or portray on the ground by giving Abhishek Banerjee Diamond Harbour?
No, but that's no surprise. He's a
Right.
sitting member of parliament, so it's not a surprise that Abhishek Banerjee, he's the heir apparent in the Congress, in the Trinmool Congress. I think that's very clear. Look at the way he spoke, and he was the one who announced the candidates. It was very much there on the big screen, right behind him. And if you see those pictures which we have put out on our screens, Mamata Banerjee walking the ramp with all the 42 candidates, Abhishek Banerjee has come to play a very, very important role as far as the Trinmool Congress, the pan-India face, the younger generation, the Gen X, extremely articulate. And also remember, he's been the one who's been under the ED scanner, and Mamata Banerjee did refer to that in the speech. Daromat, fearless, that's the kind of a tag they want to give as far as Abhishek Banerjee is concerned, that, he faces those ED investigations and he's under the scanner, but he's not going to buckle under any kind of pressure, and he's going to stand up to the BJP.
Right, Pallavi, since the much awaited candidature list of TMC is out, what are the key factors that the entire party, TMC, has kept in mind while considering and selecting the candidates for the 42 constituencies?
Well, it's a do or die battle also, I would say, for the TMC. Last time round, the BJP won 18, and that did come as a surprise to her. I think this time round, Mamata Banerjee is being very careful, not wanting to take any chances, and to put up a strong fight against the BJP. So you notice at the brigade ground, her rally was focusing mostly on the BJP, accusing it of dividing people, or being anti-minority, being anti-Khalistan, anti-Sikhs. And she talks about the election commission being misused, the ED being misused. She didn't have much to say about the left and the Congress party. So now in Bengal politics, it's really a fight between the TMC and the BJP, and she certainly doesn't want to take any chances, not giving those 18 seats. In the last couple of weeks, you've seen, and even on post Sandesh Kali, how the battle has become very acrimonious. The Prime Minister doing more than 3 rallies in Bengal. Again, very important messaging for the BJP and from the BJP that Bengal matters, and this time round, they're not just going to repeat the previous performance, but actually surpass it in number of seats it wins.
Right, Pallavi, I'll request you to stay with us on the broadcast as Shahzad Poonawalla, BJP's spokesperson, is joining us on the broadcast. A very good afternoon, Mr. Poonawalla. TMC's list of candidature is out. What is your party's stance on the 42 candidates who've been fielded from various constituencies?
No, for all the silence that Congress party maintained on Sandesh Khali, hoping that TMC would throw some bones of charity towards them and perhaps give them a few seats to contest, today I want to use your platform and ask Priyanka Vadra, I've done that through my Twitter account, that what gain did she get? She remained silent strategically on Sandesh Khali horrors, where Hindu women were subjected to torture, hoping that, they would get a few seats from the TMC. The TMC has snubbed them irrespective. So perhaps today at least, now that they have been given a 0 seats by the TMC, would Priyanka Vadra care to open her mouth and visit the victims of Sandesh Khali? And also, I was looking at the list. There is a new spokesperson in town of the TMC, one media person's wife. She has been talking about the Bengali card. I wonder if Mr. Shatrughan Sinha and Mr. Yusuf Pathan are from Bengal. I'm not very sure. But as far as I remember, Yusuf Pathan is not from Bengal, right, nor is Shatrughan Sinha. So perhaps I would like to ask that for all the Bengali card they play, are these people from Bengal or are they outsiders to Bengal? My party has been founded by a Bengali, Shyam Prasad Mukherjee. I want to ask Mamata Didi whether these people have been imported from some other places or are they Bengali?
Right, Mr. Poonawalla, but the point of contention or the sticking point with Yusuf Pathan not being a Bengali doesn't have a lot of gravity in this situation, because a lot of politicians do contest from other states as well. But given the fact, you stating the fact that Mamata Banerjee is not gaining a lot of gaining lot out of this candidature list that has been announced, but don't you feel that Yusuf Pathan's IPL experience with KKR might influence the political journey and give some kind of a benefit to TMC also?
The import of my statement is completely lost on you. It's not me or the BJP that plays this parochial card. It is the TMC that plays this parochial card, by the way. And therefore, it's a tongue-in-cheek comment on them. But anyways, having said that, today's list is only showed that the Congress has been delisted from the I.N.D.I.A alliance. Weren't they supposed to contest the election together as I.N.D.I.A alliance? I guess it is Ram Nam Satya for the I.N.D.I.A alliance as far as Bengal is concerned. Because so far, Jairam Ramesh was saying that, look, we are going to contest together. But I guess Rahul Gandhi's one more achievement is that he's lost yet another person who is part of the I.N.D.I.A alliance. After Bihar and after Uttar Pradesh and after many other allies, including Kerala, they've lost one more ally.